Buddha and his boys, followers, whatever you want to call them, they'd been wandering around and starving themselves for quite some time. They were dirty, like not bathing, and at some point they decided to go ahead and just chill under this Bodhi tree. They're like, hey, this looks like a good spot. So they're hanging out there, they're waiting for enlightenment. You know, that's how you get enlightenment, right? You just wait for it. You just chill, eventually it shows up. And then this, so they're sitting there, they're starving, they're just miserable, but they're absolutely sure they're on the right path. We're gonna get enlightened. Totally gonna be today. I feel it. It's today. So at some point this hot young girl comes up and she gives Buddha a bowl of rice, and she's like, here dude, you look pretty sad. And so she hands him the rice, and Buddha's like, whoa, hold on a second. He looks at the rice, he looks at the girl, he's like, oh, looks at the rice, eats up the rice, right? And of course looks at the lady again, because I mean, you know, that's what we do. So then he has an epiphany, and he gets up and he says, hey, yo, my guys, why are we doing this? Why are we starving under a tree? This is kind of whack. I'm not sure this is the right way to do this. Let's go ahead and bounce on out of here. Let's figure something else out and see if we can't get enlightened. And when he looked back at his followers, I imagine that he metaphorically saw a bunch of guys sitting there, and I mean, although they're you know, sitting in their proper lotus position and whatnot, again, metaphorically, he probably saw them running around high-fiving each other going, man, I am suffering so hard today, you don't even know. And like, nobody suffers as good as I do. And they're like, yeah, and you were suffering like a boss there. Check you out, man. And so they're enjoying their suffering. They turned down the offer to get up and leave and go do something else in life, to go enjoy themselves as the Buddha was inviting them to. They were proud of that suffering. They enjoyed it. They just relished in it. And without realizing that it was their egos that were attaching them to that suffering. And so they almost didn't, they had gotten to the point where they didn't realize they were enjoying it. They had been so positive that they had transcended their egos that they're like, no, my ego couldn't possibly play a part in this. And I'm doing the absolute best route to get to enlightenment. And so in our lives, we get rewarded for our suffering too, in the same way that Buddha's followers did. We get rewarded for our suffering, and we feel that sense of pride, we feel that sense of joy, that sense of accomplishment for having overcome something. And that can come in the form of being proud that you are able to get by on, say, a small budget. Or maybe you have a pain issue or some kind of, you know, health issue, headaches, whatever it might be. And so you're proud of yourself when you make it through the day with those issues that you have. And what you're doing is you're denying yourself happiness. You're denying yourself the freedom from that suffering for the trade of getting happiness from denied happiness. So you're denying yourself the happiness of feeling good, of being rich, so that you can have the good feeling that comes from that lack of happiness, that lack of joy in life. And so put the energy into having pride for what you really want. So when you have abundance, feel the pride then. Allow yourself to feel the pride then. When you are on the other side of that and you don't have the abundance, don't feel proud for making it through the day. Think of how you can go about getting abundance for yourself. And I'm not saying everyone has to be rich. Be comfortable. whatever makes you happy, right? Just don't get so wrapped up in your suffering. So when it comes to like the health or pain issues, don't put the energy into, oh, I'm so great when I make it through the day in pain. Instead, I'm so great when I make it through the day without pain. I'm so great when I make it through the day without a headache. And that's where you put that energy. Let that energy flow into the thing that you really want. And then you get to feel good, and you get to have the pride that comes along with feeling good, instead of the pride that comes along with feeling bad. So it's like, you see how you're cutting off half of your supply of happiness there. So let yourself have that good life, and let yourself have that pride for it, instead of having the pride for this bad life. I mean, even the law of attraction is going to say that the energy is going to go where the attention does. And so put your attention into feeling good, being rich. Think about that. Every time you get money, be proud of it. Every time you don't have a headache, be proud of it. Every time that knee that goes out all the time, every time that gives you an issue, just ignore it and wait. When it gets better, then be proud and say, God, I'm so glad my knee is feeling good today. See if that doesn't make a difference. Be like Buddha. Change your mind. Say, wait a minute, the suffering isn't what I need. Instead of being like his followers, like his homeboys that were sitting there going, no, we're just going to sit here and suffer, dude. We're doing okay. Don't be those guys. Be like Buddha. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to hit like and share.